can remedy that for a sec. I see what's going on.
All right.
And we're going to jump over here to right there. All right, say something.
Testing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
There we go. Y'all should hear him now. Y'all should hear both of us much better now because it was apparently picking it up from the mic from my computer. For some reason, it had swapped over. That's why I come in the room with y'all early, guys. That's why we get over here and we make sure we know what's going on. Yeah, well, it was pulling it from my computer, so you were hearing my entire room. All right, come on in. Like I said earlier, guys, if you know this guy, raise your hand. Let me know. Let's see who is in this room that knows Mad Scientist. I see a few people. I'm sending out some reminders to the show. I'd like y'all to send out some reminders to the show right now as well. Let everybody know what's going on. Let's see. What I ought to do is jump into some of these Discord rooms where people are chatting and just put the video up and play it, right?
There you go.
So, now, man, are you drinking anything?
No, I'm good right now.
No, you're good. Okay. I always like to ask, do you have like a favorite drink, like when it's a go-to, or like when you get home at night and you just want something to drink, water, Coke, blah, blah, whatever. What do you go for?
You know what I do? I get some lemonade, put some cherry Kool-Aid in it.
Oh, really?
There you go.
I like that. I like that. That's cool. What's up, Cross 3D? How are you doing? Good to see you. All right. Now we got people rolling in. There we go. I knew there had to be people missing out on this. I can't let y'all miss this one. You know, I have a lot of questions, but it's your responsibility to come up with questions too. And so any questions you want to ask, or maybe facts about Mad Scientist that you want to make sure everyone knows, you can always put those in the peanut gallery. Now how often do you go live?
Not too much.
Okay.
Not too much. Not on TikTok.
Okay.
Now Twitch. I'm on Twitch.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Now that's your gamer side, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. We'll definitely get into some of that as we go. But guys, keep sharing this out. Keep letting people know. But we're gonna get to some of those first questions. I know many of y'all want to ask questions and want to kind of get a little bit more info on the 3D printing side, on the maker side, as we go and as we step into the interview. So a lot of times we'll ask a few questions, but I wanted to start with one because I saw some of his videos, and he was using stuff to keep things stuck to his print beds, and
Yes.
So what is your preference? Hairspray, glue, or a brim? What do you go for?
You know what? I'm a triple agent, so it depends.
Okay.
It depends on the print, it depends on the printer, and it depends on the build plate.
Okay.
So if I'm using a Khedive, then we're not using anything.
Right. Now, are you a Khedive guy? Like that's your plates? Your stickies?
I do have some Khedive. I do use Khedive, but I do use other plates too. Okay. Now, when I use other plates, I may use hairspray or glue. Depends.
Okay. What's the deciding factor between those two?
Whether or not it works.
There you go. See, no, I love that. I think that's so important because everybody gets so stuck on, just use this, just right. But it's really more as long as it works.
I think they all work as long with the glue and the hairspray, as long as you don't put a lot on. Mm-hmm. I think they can both be effective. So, people will pick a hill to fight on, but I'm not going to do that.
I gotcha. I understand.
Yeah.
No, that makes total sense. We got Aquanet. I got the Aquanet. Now, the Aquanet you buy nowadays is not the Aquanet we grew up with. Not at all. It's a totally different product nowadays, but it works. I think if we use the old Aquanet, like the Aquanet my mom used, I think we'd never get it off the build plate. Well, all right, guys. Good to see y'all. Thank you. I'm going to ask y'all one more time. Raise your hand if you know Mad Scientist. That is who we are interviewing tonight. And now, we actually got to meet at 3D Printopia. That was really the first time we kind of got to interact with each other. I think we've seen each other rolling around and kind of on the edges of the spaces we're in. But we got to meet at 3D Printopia. I got to be one of his videos. And
That's right. That's right.
so, but it was a lot of fun just kind of seeing him hang out over at the table where he was and walk around. But now we're going to kind of ask our general questions that we always want to make sure we get. So if I miss one, y'all let me know in the room. All right. And see, we got some people raising their hands. So the first one, and this one, Nate's Print Shop is the one who makes sure we always ask this question. So you know what's coming.
I already know.
What's your favorite ice cream?
My favorite ice cream is Breyer's non-dairy vanilla.
Vanilla. Okay. A vanilla guy. We've had several vanilla people. We've had several vanilla people.
Quote unquote ice cream.
Really it's like ice cream product or something.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, so that's in the news right now. Yeah, real ice cream or not? Yeah, this is not real ice cream.
Hey, and that's okay. That's okay. We all have things we like better than others. I get it. Right. I get it. So, what was your first 3D printer?
The Ender 3.
Okay. All right. Now, when did you get the Ender 3? What year about?
I want to say about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was fun while it lasted until I got my X1 Carbon.
Okay, so that was your second one.
Yeah, and that was so good that I took the Ender 3 and dropped it off at the landfill.
Really?
Yeah. I dumped it into one of those big those big trash bins.
Yeah.
I regretted it when it hit the bottom and it cracked up. I said maybe I could have done something with that, but I was so excited about the X1 Carbon. And I was like, I don't even want to give that to anybody.
Right? No, and I get it.
Because some people have them. I am printer agnostic, so.
Well, and sometimes you have a lot of history with a printer, and you're like, I don't want anybody else to have it, but I don't want it anymore, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to give anybody that printer.
I understand. I do. So, what would you consider? I know you say printer agnostic. Like, how many printers? What kind of printers do you have at this point?
Yeah, I have 5 printers. I have a H2D.
Okay.
H2S, 2 X1Cs, and I just got a Ender 5 Max.
Oh, how do you like that? I've been looking at that one.
I like it at 400 by 400 by 400.
I know.
If you're trying to, print some bigger things out. So far, I mean, I only had it 2 days, so
okay.
I can't give it too much, but it was fun putting it together, almost like a Lego set.
Okay. Somebody's saying it sounds cathartic the way you did your Ender 3.
Yeah, I regret it now because there's so many different things that people are doing, like mods, right? I thought, oh man, I could have did something with filament or something like that. So I regret that decision now.
Yeah, I get that. I get it. So what would you say, like, right now is your favorite printer that you use? Like your go-to, like when you want the best print, you want,
Yeah, well, the H2S if I'm not doing multicolor, H2D if I'm doing multicolor because it just saves time and filament.
Right. Now the H2S, I haven't gotten to play with an H2S. What gives it its, what makes it so good?
Yeah, it's just has one nozzle, but it has a bigger print bed than the H2D.
Okay.
So slightly bigger, right? So you're gonna get a little bit more space. You can still connect the AMS to it, but this is when you're really just using one color for the most part.
Yeah.
So yeah, some things I think it does a little bit better than the
H2D. Okay. No, I can get that. The H2D really surprised me when it came out, the good quality.
Yeah, but I'm printer agnostic, so there are a lot of great printers out there.
Yeah.
So I'm not a bamboo fanboy, although I love bamboo.
Yeah.
But obviously, I just bought an Ender. So there are a lot of great printers that are out now that are coming out in the future. So this is a great time actually to be a 3D printer. It's a great time to be alive.
Oh, I know. Do you have your eye on one right now that you're thinking about?
I want one of those pellet printers. I want like a Gigastorm. I want like all kind of stuff.
I'm like, I'm sitting and I'm staring at the 85X and I'm looking at the U1 and I'm going,
I want a snap maker, but a bigger snap maker.
yeah.
And I want like a Bondtech, like a Prusa 1L or something like. Yeah, I want them all. Give them to me all. Yeah, give them to me.
I'm a Prusa fan, but everybody raise your hand in the room if you know I'm a Prusa fanboy. That's kind of my home. That's kind of where I live. But got to join the Giga fam. That's right, Martins. Martins is over there cheering you on for the Giga. Now, you seem, and in the time we've talked and me just going through all of your content and everything, and just hearing you in some of your lives and everything, you seem like a guy who just knows a lot. You do a lot. Now, I didn't know until I was researching that you have a PhD.
That's right.
Now, what is your PhD in?
It's in a field called workforce education.
Okay. Okay.
So voc ed, people know what that is, or occupational studies. It's basically preparing students to go to work right after high school.
Right.
That's why it's workforce education.
Right.
And
Right.
then my special focus was instructional design.
Oh, okay.
So I specialize in using technology to facilitate the learning process. So I can use sound, graphics, animation, motion graphics to help somebody learn better.
Okay. No, that's awesome. No, that is great. So I have a brother who's at the junior. He's a professor at the junior college level, and he does VOTEC. We call it VOTEC in Mississippi, and and he does automotive, and so
that's all.
No, that's great. Now,
not all students that graduate go to college. Sometimes they take different paths. So how do we prepare them to go into the workforce if they're not going to do that?
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's great, especially those types of programs seem to partner with businesses in the area. So people are using a skill that's going to get them to a job, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Now, I did notice next to PhD was award-winning educator. I want to know about this award.
Oh, it's multiple awards.
Oh, okay. The awards then, all of you. So what areas, what?
Oh, okay. So for 30 some years, I've been in the field of education. Right. For most of those years, I've been managing an undergraduate program in virtual reality, web design, and motion graphics. So I've won a couple teaching awards, and I've got a couple awards from the university. So one of them was for setting up we've been trying to get into VR at this university. So I was part of a team that was doing a study whether or not we could use virtual reality to enhance the learning process. So we experimented with a couple courses. We sent out headsets to students. Our students are all over the world, so we mail out headsets to them. When the semester's over, they mail them back. But then they met once a week in the classroom with their headsets on. They're all around the world. We all met in a virtual classroom and then went on field trips and things like that. And we had them experience interactive things in that environment. And the end result was they felt closer to their fellow students. They felt closer to their instructor. And there were some students who were agoraphobic or like afraid of social interaction.
Right.
They felt more comfortable in the headset.
That is really cool. That is awesome.
Yeah. So the university's still working on that to try to get like full adoption across the university.
Okay. Now, what my brain is wanting to kind of picture what if like when you put the headset on, like are you seeing other students, like bodies of other students? Are you
Yeah.
okay? That
Yeah,
is kind of cool.
depending on the platform,
Right.
but for the most part, you see their avatar, so arms, legs, and their body,
Okay.
and so they get to design their avatar however they want, tall, short, whatever, and
Okay.
they dress up in clothes and all of that.
Okay. So we're
And
having class in Ready Player One is what we're talking
there
about.
you go, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The only thing is we try not to have them sit in a classroom a lot. We
Right.
want them to utilize the technology,
Yeah.
right? So we're flying around, we're driving on things, we're like going to Egypt, we're like going inside the pyramids, we're like doing things like that.
That's
We're all
awesome.
actually building things inside of the environment.
Okay. That's pretty awesome. That's
Yeah,
pretty awesome. That sounds like a really fun class.
yeah, yeah.
Um, that's cool. And guys, y'all notice how his face lit up when he started talking about that, right?
Uh, yeah, I love this stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Now, how long have you been doing VR?
Probably about 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So not only was working with the university, but the team that I managed, the undergraduate program, every week we met in VR. So we've
Okay.
been doing that for about 3 years. So at some point I said, you know what? We teach VR, so let's meet in VR. So we have staff meetings and everything.
Oh, that's
We
awesome.
have these little environments, and yeah, we meet in there and exchange notes and run PowerPoints and all kind of cool stuff.
That is awesome. Now, do you have like a specific platform that you suggest to people when they want to kind of move to that type of technology?
You know what? It kind of depends because some of it is like university level type applications where you'd have to pay a certain amount, certain amount of money to get access to it.
Right.
But one that we also use is spatial. If you
Okay.
ever heard of that,
Hmm.
and we use that because you can use that with a headset or a computer
Okay.
or a smartphone. So depending on where you have access that day, you can use your phone to come to class, or a computer, Mac or PC, or a headset, and everybody looks the same.
Okay. Okay. That's cool. That is really
Yeah,
cool. That is really neat. Guys, we are sitting here with our friend Mad Scientist tonight. If you don't know, it's Dr. Johnson. I think y'all need to call him that from now on.
only my students. Only, only my students, not my friends.
Not my friends. Not my friends.
You, I'll just laugh. So yeah,
But Mad Scientist 006 in most places. But we do have a link tree we're going to share a little bit later where you can find all the social media platforms that he is on. And we're just getting to know him. So if you have questions, if you have thoughts, maybe you know some things that maybe you know a little bit more about him and you want to ask some questions about some of the expertise or things he knows about, because we all know he's kind of that he knows a lot. He works in a lot of different areas, and so I feel like we could go anyway with this conversation to tonight. But now, I'm always interested because I know you do games and you seem
yep.
to a lot of EA stuff.
Uh huh.
And now, do you have? Are you tied to EA in any way? What's your
Yeah,
relationship there?
yeah. So EA has a number of different community groups. So they reach out to the community to help market their products and also to get feedback on their games. So for the last 20 some years, I've been in a program where they fly you down to test games before they come out.
Okay.
So in two of the games that I did testing on is Madden NFL and the college football. So if you have some of those old games, if you play it to the end and you go through the credits, my name is in some of the credits. Some of the ideas that I've come up with are actually in the games and still in the games now.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's kind of a game tester, but part of the community. So it's almost a little bit like being an affiliate of like New Makers or someone like that, right? They give you the free game,
Right.
you talk about the game, you play the game, you stream on YouTube, those kind of things. Very similar, like affiliate, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Kind of the affiliate
But
side.
they give you an NDA. They send you down to where it could be California, it could be Florida, it could be Austin. So it depends on what part of the game they're working on. And then they give you presentations and you stay down there about 3 days and they show you the game. You talk about the new features. They tell you about what's coming out. You're under NDA, so you can't tell anybody.
Yep.
But you get to test them for a couple hours and tell them what you like, what you didn't like, and then they incorporate some of what you have said, in your feedback into the game if they like it.
That's awesome. That is
So yeah,
awesome.
it's been a lot of fun. Got a lot of free games over the years.
that makes it worth it, right? That makes it.
Oh, it was just fun.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed it. So
now, what's your favorite game right now? What are you playing the most?
college football. EA college football is my favorite game. I actually run a league.
Oh, okay.
A lot of guys from all over the country. Some of the guys are in Canada, and we play a couple games a week.
Oh, wow. Now, do y'all
So,
jump into
I've been doing that
competition?
for a long time.
Do y'all jump into competitions or anything? Or?
We're in the league, so they're all competing.
Okay, so this isn't just we get together and play a game against the computer.
No,
You're like in the whole.
Yeah, it runs for the entire year. Yeah.
Okay, that is cool. That is cool. Now I play Satisfactory, so that's about as far in the games as I get.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Now, this is like a full blown college simulation.
Okay.
So each person takes a team, and then during the season, you're recruiting computer generated recruits, and then they join your team at the end of the year, and then you build those players up as you go. And then every year is a new year, and you got players leaving, and you try to convince them to stay. All kind of stuff. It's like a full football simulation.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. That makes sense. Well, cool. That is really cool. Guys, I'm going to keep reminding y'all we are talking to MadScientist over here. If you do not follow this guy, I want you to go look at his content. Look at all his content. And if you enjoy what he does, and I know you will, I want you to subscribe, follow him, get in there, and just support this. He's very big in the community. I hear people, and we had somebody say in the room, he's really quiet when he's in the lives. We always pick on him about being quiet. But he knows a lot, and when he speaks, he says things that are important.
You know why I'm quiet though?
Why?
Because I started off my education in Catholic schools. So in Catholic schools, you had to raise your hand, right? Wait to the instructor, the teacher, the nuns, right?
Yep.
Pick you, and if they didn't pick you, you didn't say anything. So I've been like, it's like a habit. So I'm sort of waiting to get in, right? So a lot of times I just be in the background quiet, but that's just me.
No, that makes sense. And each of us brings something different to the room when we're there, right?
Yeah.
Always something different. Well, that's cool. Well, look, so let's kind of go back as a kid and kind of, let's just go back to junior high and kind of see, like, what were your interests? Did you do sports? Did you do music side? Were you a geek? Kind of where did you sit in all of it?
Junior high school. Yeah. Okay, the funny thing about junior high school is I only spent 2 years in junior high, and then I went to my high school in the 9th grade. Most people stay like 9th grade, junior high, and then 10th, 11th, 12th. My high school started 1 year early, so it's a 4-year high school.
Gotcha.
So I left junior high school early. Didn't really do too much in junior high school, not really.
Okay. So it was just more of a go to school, kind of go home. Did you have any extracurriculars that you were doing once you got out of school?
Not junior high school. No, I did play little league football though.
Okay.
But that was not connected to the junior high school. This is just something we did after school.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I did the t-ball and the baseball and the
yeah. I was a catcher.
Okay. Awesome. I was a catcher as well. So
okay. Cool. Very cool.
Yep. I couldn't hit the ball, but I caught everything you threw at me.
Okay.
So that's cool. So junior high, then into high school, kind of, what were your interests there? What did you start doing when you got in that area?
High school, my high school is a college prep high school.
Okay.
So we had two different curriculums back then. Advanced college prep and college prep. I was in the advanced college prep program. But I also played sports. So I was like kind of a nerdy, smart quiet guy, but I also played sports with the popular guys. So I played football, lacrosse, track, and cross country.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Did some
Lacrosse.
pole vaulting. Was
Ah.
not good. Not good. Not good. But I did it.
That's always such an interesting thing to me, and the balance you have to make
Oh yeah, no, that's a lot of
everything.
fun coming backwards if you don't have enough momentum. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's always fun.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. Well, that's cool. Now that's cool. So now the school you're saying college prep. So some people would know that as like a magnet school or
Yeah, we like not that we took college courses, but our courses were more like demanding in college,
right,
sort of modded in the college
right.
I guess level or rigor. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they pushed you a little bit more. That was the high school
Yeah.
I graduated from. I graduated
Yeah.
from a
Nerdy,
magnet.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it kind of pushed you, and it was interesting because I started out in the lower and moved to the more advanced, and it was
Okay.
definitely the difficulty was like, oh,
Yeah. 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 It definitely was difficult, but got you ready for college.
yeah.
So
No, it
yeah.
definitely did. It definitely did. And so sports and everything outside of high school. I mean, if you were playing sports at school, you probably didn't do a lot outside of school, did you?
No,
Or
no, just
okay.
the like normal stuff that everybody would do.
Well,
We still
no.
do like football or stuff like that,
Okay.
but the real football was the high school. So
Okay.
yeah.
Did you ride bikes? Ride bicycles? Did you? Were you?
Yeah, bikes,
Yeah.
skateboards,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I wasn't a good skater though. More like riding bikes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Did you have any? So no other groups, church groups, dance groups, anything like that you were doing in high school?
Oh, yeah. I was in a break dance group for about 3 years. You know when break dancing was hot, like back in the day.
Yep.
So and we actually got paid for it. So I always say we're professional
Oh, that's awesome.
because yeah, we went on a circuit for a couple years in high school, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we stood, we should take the cardboard out to the corner
Mm-hmm.
and challenge other
Yeah.
neighborhoods and stuff like that's just like the movies. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, that's so I was in New Orleans for my high school years. And
Okay,
so we skated the canals and we went down to the French Quarter and had
okay,
like break dancing sessions and all. So like, yeah, no, I
yeah,
that was
yeah,
always a
yeah.
lot of fun. So what was your name? What was your break dancing name? I'll
Oh,
tell you mine.
go ahead. You go first.
Noticeably FAT.
That was the name.
That was my name. I was noticeably FAT.
Okay, so in the crew, my job, my skill was doing the wave and stuff like that.
Okay. Awesome.
So they call me Wavy J as opposed to Davy J. Yeah.
Okay.
And there are pictures out there on social. I'm just hoping you didn't find it. There's some out there of me doing the moonwalk and all kind of stuff. Like, yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
there
awesome. Yeah, I was real. I was
are
beanpole
things like that
skinny.
out there.
I was beanpole skinny, so that's why they called me noticeably FAT. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and I was kind of I did the wave, the worm, all the different stuff.
Okay.
Did you
Did you spin
ever?
on your head and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I
Now
actually did that a couple times at a club, but we
that's
were not in
awesome.
a club. Yeah.
Right, right, and we will not be demonstrating any of this. Okay,
No.
we are
No.
way beyond those years.
No.
All
We're
right.
not.
Now here's the important part in every breakdancer's life. Did you ever have a move that somebody bit?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Because
No.
that's what we always wanted to create crazy moves that someone would take from us. So if you don't know what bite means, guys, in the old language of the breakdancing days, if you took somebody's trick, you were biting it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And so that was always my goal. Like if I did something and somebody else took it, I was like, yeah, it was a good move. But I never understood why everybody got offended at it.
Yeah. No, we never did that. I think once we started doing once we started making money,
Yeah.
we weren't hanging on the corners anymore. We were like
That's awesome.
we were like, yeah, we were like doing shows.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
I'll tell you about this one show we
okay.
did. So we got booked for this show. It was way out boondocks. You know what boondocks means? Way out somewhere you've never been
Oh yeah.
before.
Yep.
So we went out there, and it was a farm, and it was way out in the country somewhere.
Okay.
And they took us to a barn, and we were like, "Look, we don't do well. We might not make it. We might not make it out of this barn."
I get that.
So we went in the barn, and it was a couple's like 50th or 60th wedding anniversary. They were old. They were in their 80s, and they were like, "We want to show you what the kids are doing these days." And we went in there and break dance on some on some on some hay.
That's awesome.
And after it was over, they were like, "We never seen anybody move like that. Look like you're rubber bands." They were so amazed by that some of their kids were asking us for autographs, and we really thought we were famous then. So, but anyway, we had fun.
That is cool. That is
We had
cool. Nah, I really like that. Those stories are always fun. I never got to that level on the dancing part. I was more on the musical side, singing, and we had bands and stuff that would go places. And I think every group has that little story of going in somewhere where you're like, we might not need to be here.
yeah. No, we were like, oh, we better do a good show. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now I used to DJ too. I used to be in a rap group.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Now I think
yeah.
you it looks like just from the videos and the dates I saw on them, you still do a little bit of DJing.
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Every now and then I might do a family reunion or something like that.
Okay. Okay. Now are you a scratcher? Do you go all the way with it?
I do some scratching, but I'm not really like I'm not gonna do a lot of it.
Okay.
I do enough of it to show you I can do it.
Okay. Okay. Uh, I could.
Yeah.
I did it on vinyl, but once it went electronic, I was like, I had issues transferring to electronic. So
Okay. Yeah. Things change, right?
it's a different bird. I never could get the timing down, so
Yeah.
I gave
Yeah.
up. But that's awesome. That's awesome, guys. We are sitting here talking to our friend MadScientist. That is Dr. Johnson. Getting to know him a lot better, guys. We've kind of gone through and talked about just the 3D printing and the stuff, and kind of looking back on his life to see the things that he has done. If you have any questions, please put them in the peanut gallery. Let us know what those questions are. If you have any other comments or thoughts on, yeah, they're calling you Doc now. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. It could be far worse.
I know, right? It could be.
The students call me, but go ahead.
Yeah, but get those questions in there. Now there is a group, and I had missed this group somehow that you're a part of, called the Spooligans.
Yes.
And I kind of explain the Spooligans to me. Give me just the quick high level view of what is this group? What do y'all do?
Sure. So we all came together around 3D Printopia. And a couple of us found out that we were going to 3D Printopia. So we decided to work as a team, kind of combine, join forces, and get one table and run all of our things from one table, all of our businesses, right? So it's almost like you remember Voltron,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, like Wonder Twin powers, like when we need to, we all come together
Yeah.
and form this huge thing, and then we all break off into our small separate brands.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah,
awesome. And y'all hang out a good bit together, at least online.
yeah, yeah. And we do some things offline too and stuff like that. So we like help each other out and try to help the community out, answer questions, things like that.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
All of them. Yeah, they're all cool guys.
Yeah. What's up, Sorik? I see the arms.
Sure.
As-
And Oscar, yep.
there we go. There we go. So yeah, guys, look around for the Spooligans. Then do the Spooligans have any type of channel or any type of Discord where
Discord. So if you want to get in a Discord, hit up Pure Print or Oscar or Sorg, and or me, and they'll get you in.
Yeah. Awesome. And we know we love the Discords around here. We love being a part of the community and finding those places where we can kind of dig into helping and being a part of each other's lives a little bit more. So
those guys have been very helpful with teaching me a lot about 3D printing and some of the business side of like things. So
okay.
TikTok, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're in TikTok, guys, the people he mentioned, we got what 3D Print and Fun, we got Soric, we got some of them probably have their links in their bios.
Sorg 23
Okay.
Pure Print. We're just 4 of us right
Oh,
now.
okay. Well, I was looking at 3D Printed Fun said that he has the link to it in his link tree.
Yeah. He's one of our homeboys. So
Yeah.
He's a real good guy too.
Yeah.
Helping us out and stuff like that, and in the lives and things like that in the group. So yeah, he's great. He's a great guy too.
Yes, Juan makes. I'm not afraid to say link in bio. That it doesn't bother me. How am I going to get people there if I don't say it? You know, I'm sorry, TikTok. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry, Instagram. I'm sorry. I'll say it all. All right. At least halfway through my show, because if they're going to bury me, they've already buried me anyway.
We got to get a T-shirt for Juan.
Ah, awesome. Awesome. It's my new band, he says. Awesome. That is great. That is great. Good to see all of y'all. Well, look, I'm going to drop you down for just a second. I'm going to talk to the Peanut Gallery for just a little bit, take a break, grab some water. It'll be about 2 minutes, and then we'll bring you back and finish up. So, guys, thank y'all for being here tonight. We are going to continue this interview. I'd just like to make y'all aware of a lot of things that are going on in the community about at this point, just so you know what else is happening with Asylum Live. So, I definitely appreciate you being here. I did mention the Discord. We do have the Discord for Asylum Life. It's a great way to plug in, to find out the shows that are coming in the future, to talk to a lot of people that are part of this community. And we're not like these come to my Discord and no other Discord. I partner with other Discords. We just love to create a community. And my space is not just 3D printing. It's a maker space. We do AI. We do a lot of different things over in that area. So join the Discord, come and be a part. We will help you find other creators that you really, really enjoy. Juan Makes actually has a room in our Discord, a category with a bunch of rooms where he posts things and the work that he is doing. All the Discords. Yes, buddy. All the Discords. One of the things I did want to make sure you knew about, at Remurf this year, we all saw the 3D printed wheelchair that it was made for kids, right? We all saw that. Well, it has officially been announced. If you do not know that, it has been announced, and the chair is out there. It's actually out there on Maker World. But what I would suggest before you go to Maker World, I would suggest you go to 3dmobility.org. That's 3dmobility.org to look at all the information on the chair. And there's also a form there where you can choose to be a volunteer to print one for a child. There are people who are requesting the chairs from Make Good. And if you know the guys over at 3D Print Cares, Brady and Bensky, they are organizing the printing. And so if you choose to be a volunteer for printing chairs, that will get you in contact with 3D Print Cares. They will start reaching out to you, get you with a child in your area so that you can print it. So there's a form over there. Read everything on the form. I want you to understand as much as you can about this chair before you start printing it. This is not a PLA chair. This is a PETG ABS ASA chair. It's going to take you about 10 spools to do it. Now, there are some filament companies who are offering some discounts, some that might be giving some filament away, but that's something you can't become a part of until you volunteer. And as those things become available, they will let people know. So get over there, learn what hardware you're going to need for it, learn what filament, and you need to print TPU and PETG, ASA, or ABS, one of those 3 things. And there's a print test that they'll make you go through. But this is a great, great time to contribute to the communities around you. Now, Make Good is saying, hey, go talk to a hospital, go talk to a school, go talk to these different places, children's hospitals. Ask them if they want a chair, and feel free to print one on your own. You do not have to go through Make Good to make it happen. So they've made the chair available over on Maker World. And you will find the link for that. It should be on the form when you go to Make Good. When you go to the form, it will take you over to Maker World so you can see all the different things that they have put up there. But please join that if you can. We've got some print farms that have jumped in and want to be a part. I know 3D Print Cares has a lot of stuff going on in the background, so that's really a real good way to get plugged in somewhere. Other than that, we're going to get back to the interview. We'll talk about next week. We've got another person that we're going to be interviewing next week, but we're going to bring our guest back in, Dr. Johnson, and we're going to get his name back up there too. So Mad Scientist. So now, where does the name Mad Scientist come from? How did you come up with that?
That's a good question. I think oh, you know where it came from? It came from my Madden days. So
Oh,
playing Madden NFL. So the name was like Madden Scientist,
yeah.
and then I shortened it to Mad Scientist, and
No,
it stuck.
no, that's cool. That works. I like that. I like that. It's always interesting when you see people who have names that have been in one area and move into that, like, Juan makes. His name's
Right.
not even Juan. Don't let him lie to you. Um,
What's his
uh,
name? Earl or something?
we'll let him say his name in the room. I'm not going to spoil it if he wants people to know. But nah, and its names are always fun to understand why. Like mine, Asylum Life started off as a farm.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it
You
didn't
doing
work.
farming videos?
Well, I was starting a small farm at my house. I have about 5 acres, and I was gonna do a small 2 acre farm and show all the stuff that I was doing and sell stuff locally. And then COVID happened,
Okay.
and so it was like,
That's
oh.
cool.
And then I bought a 3D printer and went, oh yeah.
There you go.
so, so, but
That's cool.
it,
Some of those old videos. Yeah, I
the,
like that. I like
yeah.
that.
So I'm very much a prepper when it comes to that type of stuff. I love doing everything like naturally and trying to grow my own food, and I still do it. I still do a lot of that,
That's
and
cool. Very cool.
can and all those things. So that's y'all don't see that stuff. That's on the outside of everything that happens on social media. So let's jump back into VR a little bit, because I know you're pretty passionate
Okay.
about the VR,
Hmm.
and I'm always interested in kind of, what does the future of that look like? What are we? You're kind of on the cutting edge and seeing what people are trying to do with it. What,
Yeah.
as a person, I don't have VR.
Yeah.
I want to get VR soon. I know you've gone through like you've had the glasses, the
Oh yeah, headsets. Yeah,
head,
I have VR. Yeah, I have a couple of them. Yeah.
yeah, and or what's the one with the cameras that you were using for a while? You had
Oh, my
the
Meta
yeah, the
Ray
Meta
Ban.
glasses, the Ray
Yeah,
Bans.
they're
Yeah, yeah.
somewhere. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And what kind of stuff for those who just aren't in the know should we be looking at or trying to understand about the technology that's coming?
Oh, well, you know what? The technology is still relatively new, right?
Yeah.
And whether or not it's going to gain sort of this worldwide traction, I think the that's still up in the air,
Hmm.
right? But you have pockets of where it's being used, like in the NFL. It's been used in medicine. It's been used especially in places where there are hazardous material.
Okay.
Just imagine going to a work site like Homer Simpson on the first day of work, and you get to work in this hazardous environment that you've never done before. So with VR, we can place you in that environment, and we can have you work on all the machinery, even take it apart and put it back together, and have months of practice before you actually go on the site. And so now when you go on a hazardous site, you have much more experience. It's almost like you're there. So now I would trust someone that had VR experience before they went into an environment like that than if they did.
Yeah.
So there are some use cases that are have really gained traction, and then some haven't yet. Some people haven't still experienced it. But if you do, it's very it will change the way that you view things, in my opinion.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we seeing a big blend of AI and VR coming?
Yes. Yes. So there are companies now that are integrating like ChatGPT and a couple other platforms into actually avatars.
Okay.
So now there are avatars that are we talk about NPCs, non-playable characters actually that are operated entirely by AI that you can go ask questions to, get directions from, get escorted around different places,
Right.
and it's not scripted. It's all linked to
Okay.
ChatGPT or another LLM, and it'll give you responses in
Yeah.
real time, like based on what you ask it. So yeah, they are and the two are becoming integrated.
Uh,
Yeah, in some very interesting, creative ways.
Yeah, that's cool. Everything you say always takes me back to Ready Player One, and like you make
Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
library where he went to go find the hints for the golden egg, right?
yeah.
Talking.
There's a company that has a group of AI called School of AI. So you can go talk to like Ben Franklin,
Oh,
Cleopatra, some of these um, uh, classic like figures, and you can actually sit down and have a conversation with them. And once again, it's not scripted;
yeah,
it's all based on all of the information about that person that they've basically placed into this avatar. And in many cases, if they had the voice, train the avatar to talk using the same voice and mannerisms. So now you almost really feel like you're like talking to that person. So
right.
some very groundbreaking things that are happening that a lot of people don't know about.
That is cool. That is cool. Yeah, Blazing Prince is like I always think about Sword Art Online when watching. If you don't know anime, so Sword Art Online is a VR game anime,
Okay. Oh,
and
cool.
it's a pretty neat where people got stuck in it, like the headsets locked them in the game and they couldn't get out,
Oh wow.
and
Okay.
you know
Okay. I'll have to
it's a
check that out. Yeah. I
yeah
think one cool thing about VR is the sense of presence. So once you put it on, so one of the first times I got in VR, my boss and I were checking out this conference space, and he sat right next to me, and he started talking to me, and I could hear him in one ear,
uh-huh.
just like he was sitting next to me. And he was like, David Johnson, you need to do it. And I was like, why are you so close to me? I need 6 feet, right? So he was annoying in real life, and he was even as annoying in VR. I
That's
was like,
funny.
bro, we have infinite space now. Could you know what I mean? So I felt him like really that close. So
That's
it's
funny.
that presence that you can utilize in a number of different ways.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. And I know I've seen so many advances, and we have the platforms people can stand on and walk. I know the Disney
Yeah,
platform that
yeah.
Disney's making is incredible.
You got haptic gloves,
Yeah.
haptic vests, right, where you can feel things, right?
Yeah.
They say the sense of smell is going to be here in 5 years,
Oh, nice.
and the other things are coming along with that touch, and
Yeah.
all those things are not too far away.
Okay.
We're talking about 5, 6 years.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm excited. I've been waiting for that. Man, we've been talking about VR since I was a kid. I'm ready
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm ready. So, well, awesome. Now, was VR something you got into with your school studies? Was that something you started doing just personally in your own time? How did you really start getting interested in that?
Sure. It was when I was at school, right? I was an academic administrator, so like I said, I ran an undergraduate
Okay.
program, and at that time it was graphic design, web design, graphic design. And my boss came to me and said the dean wants to get into VR, and I was like, "What's VR?" And then they said that we think your program is the closest program to VR in anybody's program, right? Because VR has to do a lot with um, graphic design, right?
Right.
So instead of designing things for 2D, you're now designing things for 3D. So what I started doing is they gave me go ahead to create a specialization in virtual reality, and then right before I left, they gave me go ahead to work on an undergraduate degree in virtual reality and a master's degree. So I've been working on those two right before I retired. But they are still working on those, and they have my blueprints
Oh,
on
cool.
those designs. So we basically had to convince the university that VR is going to be a viable institution, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the way that we got them to do that, unfortunately, is two other universities that were local to us designed their own undergraduate programs in virtual reality. So we were kind of waiting for someone. Oh, we don't know if we want to invest the money. And then they
Right.
saw two other schools like, hey, you know what? Now we need to do it.
Yeah.
So sometimes that happens, but Sometimes other universities, sometimes they lead the way. You have to,
Yeah.
go after that. But seeing someone else do it helped convince our university that they needed to, that they could do it and it could be a viable enterprise, right? It's
Yeah.
all about really money.
Oh yeah.
University, even though it's education,
Always.
you got to have programs that make money.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, so is it VR and learning to design for that environment what brought you kind of into the 3D printing space? Or how did that occur?
No, no, I was at the office one day and one of my coworkers brought in like this 3D printed bunny he made.
Uh,
He's like, "Look, I made this for my kids," and I was like, "Hey, how'd you do that?" And that was it.
okay.
That was it. I went. It just, yeah.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is, you can take an avatar that you created in VR, export it,
Yeah.
and print it in 3D.
Yeah. And that's kind of, I didn't know if that's what led. So you saw it. Did you immediately know when you saw what he had that it was something different?
Yeah, yeah. I see. I'm a creative. I'm a digital creative. That's what I consider myself.
Yeah.
I like to create things, whether it's 2D, 3D, whether it moves, it doesn't move, it's animated, whether it's in the physical form or digital form. I like to create stuff.
Okay.
So that's how I pretty much got into all of this. In the VR stuff, I'm a world builder.
Yeah.
So I create worlds. So I've created worlds and then had my students meet my students in those worlds, created different worlds for instructors that were in my program so that they could teach courses in VR. So, and I've created worlds in different platforms. So, yeah. So
Okay.
it's all the same kind of a thing, though. You're creating the manifesting things.
Right. Right. And I think so many things are like that in a way. I think what interests me is just how the passions
Hmm.
step through those things all together. There's something about that creating, about that,
Oh yeah,
wanting to see something new, or even if you're copying something for somebody, it's you've made it your own, right?
yeah, yeah. It all it's all full circle,
Hmm.
right? Thinking of something and then creating something and manifests it from your brain into a physical or digital format, right?
Right.
Then on the other hand, teaching students to do the same thing, to share that passion with them and
Yeah.
ignite that passion. And then on the other side, hiring faculty and training them to do the same thing.
Okay.
So it's all sort of all in the same sort of continuum of things.
Okay. So would you say, um, as a person, that your passion to create is what drives your education and your learning, or do you consider yourself a learner?
Well, I think it's both. I think it's both. I tell my students to consider themselves lifetime learners, right? One of the challenges to run an undergraduate program, especially in a quick, quickly, rapidly changing industry
Hmm.
like computer graphics, VR, all those kind of things, you're training students for careers that might not even exist by the time you start designing the undergraduate program.
Right.
So you have to think, what are the skills the students are going to need to have 5, 10 years from now? Some of them that may not exist now. So what do you do now to prepare them so they can transfer their skills to something else, right? So for example, if I'm teaching Photoshop, I tell my faculty, you're not teaching Photoshop 7. You're teaching the science of image editing. So when they go into the real world, they'll understand about pixels and Bezier curves and all of these technical things,
Yeah.
and not, I learned Photoshop 7, now Photoshop 10 is out, and I have no idea what I'm doing,
Right.
right? So that's sort of what you build into academic programs when you design them.
Okay. Okay. So it's really more about learning the process versus learning the specific software or the specific. You've got
There
the.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
You use an existing software as a metaphor
Yeah.
to teach higher order concepts.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, guys, just to reintroduce him one more time, we are here talking to Dr. Johnson, or as we call him, the Mad Scientist.
Or
Um,
mad. Yep.
say again.
I said or mad.
Or mad, or
Or
mad.
down. Yep.
Um, but if you have questions, get them in the peanut gallery. We've had some roll through. I've tried to get them answered. They're saying somebody said our backgrounds are giving Christmas vibes between the green and the red. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
This is my green screen for when I do my Zooms
Okay.
for my students, right? So I got tired of having a screen behind me, so I painted the entire wall green, and that creates a much more realistic effect when you have a background behind you because there's some depth, like there's some depth there.
Right.
And you're in photography, so you understand a little bit about that, right? Depth of field
Oh
and all
yeah.
that type of
Oh
stuff.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get it. Well, that's my. I started a new camera tonight, so my brick wall would be blurred.
Okay, all right,
So
all right.
I'm always trying to improve, always trying to do better. So I
Yeah, you
totally
got
get
to.
it. Totally get it. But yeah, get those questions in there, guys. If you have anything, hey, it doesn't even have to be a question. If there's something that you know about our friend here, let us know. Let us know. Let's share in the knowledge and just get to know a mad scientist a little bit better. There's so many other little things. We could go so many different ways. Did y'all know this guy at one time in his life ran marathons?
Yeah, yeah. Well, let me just say one. Take the S off of there. Yeah, I do run
One,
5Ks, 10Ks
there,
all the time, but I did run one
one.
Marine Corps marathon. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Now, is that the Marine Corps Marathon in Virginia?
that's right.
Okay. Okay. When I
It goes
moved,
through Maryland though. You're right.
yeah, they do.
You're running for like your whole life.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
very much so. Very, very much so. But that's awesome because I know where that one starts and ends, and
yeah,
that's a heck
yeah.
of a run.
Yes, yes. That was a lot of pain.
Yeah,
A
I'm
lot of
sure.
fun and a lot of pain. Yeah, yeah.
Now, do you still run? Do you?
No, no, no. Yeah, sometimes the running catches up to you in the end. You need to phase into something else. So
Right.
move a little bit more into like stationary biking and stuff like that.
Okay. That's cool. Now, what got you into running, and at what time? At what time of life did you get into running? And then,
High school,
okay,
high school. I ran cross country
okay, yeah.
and I ran some track.
Okay. I remember you saying track. That's so
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't fast though, so I ran like
okay.
the longer runs, 800 meters,
Yeah.
15. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What thing, and this is a good question from a MTF print. What one thing what's one thing you'd like to accomplish that you haven't yet?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. So I retired early, so I'm done with my
Yeah.
career, right?
Hmm.
So now everything else is just icing on the cake, right? Alternate revenue streams. That's what I call it. So what do I want to do now? What I want to do next? That's a good question. It's always something to learn. I want to get better at Nomad Sculpt,
Okay.
right? Want to get better at Shaper. Want to be able to design some things. I don't know. My interests change, but it's still creating like something.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. Oh, here's one thing. Um, when I first started working, there was a elementary school across the street from us, and we got real acquainted with uh, the principal. So one day I talked to him and said we would like to come over and teach some of your students some computer stuff. Me and a couple of my friends, we all knew some. We were all nerds, computer nerds, right?
Hmm.
So he said, "Come on over. We actually have some students who need some credits. At the end of the year, they're a little bit shorter credits. So we designed a course that the students will go to in the afternoon to make up for credits that they were short on.
Right.
And then my company at the time donated computers to them, which we set up, and we would just go right across the street and teach the students computer stuff. So one day I'd love to do that like online for like maybe high school or younger students to have like a computer school where we taught them computer graphics, VR, all those kind of things to prepare them for the future.
Right. Right.
So yeah, so one day I'd like to get back to that.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That is cool. All right, guys. I'm not sure what happened, guys. I don't know why we disconnected there for a second, but we are back now. We are back now. We do have this, and if you miss any part of this interview, this will be up over on YouTube. After we finish over the next couple of days, I'll edit it down and get it over on YouTube. So we will definitely, you'll be able to go back and watch anything. So yeah, TikTok does that thing, and I swiped the puzzle and it was all good. And so I went back to my notes, and then I saw disconnected from TikTok, and who knows? So we are back. We are back though. And thank y'all for coming back to this. But so some few last questions, guys. We are right at the end. And Sorik, I know I saw the Ender 3 question. Why do you throw it in the dumpster? We've already talked about that one. You'll have to get that answered later. So went to a different place because you were invested. I understand that. Thank y'all for hanging out. Y'all know all the places that we go live. We're always live on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, all the places we can be, just so that we can connect these creators, these makers, to a new audience. And that's really, really important to us. And so thank y'all for coming back. What's your favorite 3D printer? We've already asked that, but is anybody in the room remember what he said was his favorite 3D printer? I'll give y'all a second to answer that. And if nobody answers it, I'll let him say it again. Those were questions we definitely answered at the top of the show. But so I think the running is great. We've got the brake Ender 5 Max. Not yet. It might be 400 by 400. You can't go wrong with that if it prints decently, right?
You can't. So far, I like it.
Yeah.
But it's day 2.
Yeah, H2S. There we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Blaze and print. Yep.
But he's printer agnostic. He loves all printers.
There you go.
So.
Yep.
So there you go. Now, so in the 3D printing community, and as far as your content goes, what are your goals as a content creator and as a 3D printer? What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to have fun.
Okay.
That's all. TikTok asks me to do all kind of stuff every day.
Doesn't it though?
Do that. If you make 3 videos, we're gonna give you 50 cents. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't work here. I just have fun here.
Yeah.
So if something works out and they send me something, that's fine. I will not be upset by that. But no, I'm just here to have fun.
Yeah.
That's it. Engage, learn things. I think the 3D community on TikTok has been very helpful compared to some other groups.
Yeah.
Like on the Book of Faces.
Yeah.
Right. But I have learned so much more being a part of this TikTok community than other communities. So I'm very happy about that, and that has helped me develop my skills and things like that. So so now it's just fun.
Sounds like you're on a design journey right now as far as learning software, and you're doing some masks and different things. Talk us through what you're learning right now, and kind of just a little bit of a process. I know you hang out with Juan Makes a lot, so I know the directions you're probably going and blazing and just all the different things that you're doing. Kind of just tell people when they come into a live of yours, kind of give them an idea of what you do.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hang out with Juan. I like Juan. Juan hangs out with me. I don't hang out with him. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Juan is cool. But the funny thing is, Juan gave me my first really good tip about calibration when I was very new into 3D printing, and I was like, why my layers not sticking? And he came in like Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? And he was like, calibrate. And then he was like, and then he left. And I was like, he dropped these gems and then he left, right? So I give him a lot of credit for helping me. I calibrate everything now. Any print I do, any new filament, anything, I calibrate it first a couple different ways to get it all dialed in, right?
Yeah.
So that came from him. So I appreciate all the people that I've met that's been helpful. I'm not sure if that answered your question or not.
No, that's good. Yeah. But so if when they come into the live, what are you usually doing when you go live yourself, or when you hang out with other guys in lives?
Okay. when I go live, I might be playing a video game or
Okay.
something like that, or I'm jumping into somebody else's live. I'm jumping into like Pure's live or Sorg's live or Oscar's live or like so some of the Spooligans or some people that I might know. So
Yeah.
I'm not on live as much now because I do so many other things, right?
Yeah.
I'm a corporate trainer, so I train. I just finished teaching a Chat GPT workshop, a corporate workshop.
Awesome.
So I'm in the last week of an undergrad course for seniors, graduating seniors. And I've also done some VR training in cybersecurity for middle schools. So VR and cybersecurity. So I've had a lot of time to be on, live.
I
So
gotcha.
when I'm on, I'm kind of on. It's like, hey, how you guys doing? And then I'm out.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
cool. Well, cool. Well, look, last question. And this one should be pretty easy. What is your favorite thing you've ever 3D printed?
Favorite thing that I've ever 3D printed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the mask. I use AI to create some things, but I also use Nomad, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, do whatever you want to do that works for you. But I created a mask using AI, and then I sold a couple of the masks at 3D Printopia.
Mm-hmm.
That was just cool to me. So I'm gonna say that is my coolest print to see those customers come up, to see that mask, and the guy actually got on the phone and called his son
Oh, wow.
and said, "Hey, you got to get up here and check this mask out." And the son ran up and he tried it on. I love that part, like doing that. So, and it wasn't the money part really. It was a part that the love that you put into the creative
Right.
enterprise, right? And what you thought and what you brought to reality, and someone else appreciated it enough that they wanted it and they
Right.
were willing to pay you money. That was awesome. They could have just gave me $1 at that point. I would have gave it to them for free.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so I think that's, if you're a creative, I think that's the ultimate thing, isn't it? We create so much and we create not caring what people think, but when they like it.
Isn't that a big part of it
Yeah.
though?
Mm.
Have you ever been in a live and somebody jumps in a live and 30 seconds they're showing some of their stuff, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta show you guys what I did, right?
Yeah.
Everybody does that
Yeah.
because first of all, people like to share, but also people like to see what you have to share.
Yeah.
So it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Like, show us the cool stuff you're doing. I might want to do that, or I might want to talk to you about how to do that. And here's some stuff that I did.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of sharing going on, and that's really you don't have that on a lot of different platforms.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I love doing project night. We just had project night Tuesday night where people just
Yeah,
come in and
yeah,
show
yeah,
the stuff that they
yeah.
love doing. I love seeing the joy on people's faces, and I love the responses from people when they enjoy what people are talking
Oh, yeah,
about.
oh, yeah,
It's pretty awesome. Well, guys, thank y'all for being here so much. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. That's all you need. A payment. All you need is gratification. Someone else enjoying it. That's payment enough. I agree.
right,
I agree.
right. Yep.
Very, very, very much. Well, guys, thank y'all for being here tonight. Mad Scientist, thank you so much for coming and joining me and being a part of this.
Pleasure. It was a
Yeah.
pleasure, and thank you for all the research that you did to come up with these cool questions because I didn't give you anything. So
Well, that's part of my
I didn't see
fun.
that you looked at any of my accounts, so I don't know how you got the information. You must have a burner account, a
Well,
column two or something like that. I'm gonna have to look for you, but
you never
I don't know.
know. So, but thank you so much, and I think this was a good time just to learn about you, and I hope everybody in here. I hope the people who know you learn something new. I think that's what I think is great about this. So,
Well,
but
I
guys,
appreciate that, and I appreciate everybody that watched too, and posted some things, and whether it was comical or whatever it was, I appreciate that. So
all right, and I closed my iPad. My iPad. Little things. Hold on. I've got one more thing to do, guys. And this is where you can find Mad Scientist right there. That's his link tree. You can find all the things that he's doing. You can find his businesses, all of his social media, the games he loves to play, and his favorite filament companies as well. So get over there, find him, follow him, be a part of his community. He's a great guy to know, great group, has a great group of people around him as well. And so I definitely suggest you get there. Well, I'm going to drop you back to the green room. I'm going to talk to them and get out, and I'll come in just a minute. All right, everybody say bye. Bye. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I always appreciate that y'all come. I really do. You know, it always surprises me the people that come, and I'm interested in getting to know these guys, and it helps me a lot to know that you want to get to know the guys as well. And we're going to keep going with this. We're going to keep going. So next week, debate night. Try not to break anything. Will come in, and he will get everybody going on whatever debate topics, and he always comes up with the best debate topics. We'll get that. And then next Thursday night, we're going to do the Trendy Tech Dad. We'll be talking to him. If you watch his channel, there's a lot of life change that's been going on with him. And so we're going to sit down and talk with him a little bit about that as well. But guys, I do want to reiterate, get out there, follow MadScientist. It seems to be he is a great guy. I've gotten to know him, not seems to be. He's just been a lot of fun to get to know, a lot of fun to watch his videos. So get over there and follow him. And just remember, as Asylum Life community, we want to live life to the fullest. We want to grow in wisdom, and we want to show what we have learned generously. Y'all have a good one. See y'all later.